girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, class features. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Looks like I got the sound on YouTube. Looks like also the dashboard is not a lot of people in today, so I'm glad you guys found us. Short dock in. We'll take a look at that one for sure. Obviously, if you guys have any other tickers, let me know. I could already see we have slower early morning sign-ins just because the dashboard's out. So I hope people find it. I hope people find Martha's link to join today. But good morning to Alex. You did make it. Alex Newton, good morning. Good morning to Amy, Andy, Jay, Kevin, Nancy, Ron. We got Wayne in the house. All my peeps in YouTube land. I think your link is still working in YouTube. So good morning to you guys. Rado, Daniel, Anna, good morning to you guys as well. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, and let's start. Let's see what we can find today in this market. As always, we'll start with the SPY, AXP, bear gap and go on earnings. Okay, I haven't played AXP in a while. All right, we'll take a look at that one. Let's see. We got SPY with a gap up in an interesting spot. Did that just get some steam? Because I don't remember this. Yeah, that just got some steam. That is quite the gap. Yesterday, the world was ending bears were coming out. They were filling the streets. They had confetti cannons. They were dancing around. And right now, the bears were trapped. And I was going to say, too, I thought we were inside day gapping. So this gap is very interesting. We had one day where I think the selling did continue for a lot longer than I thought it was. I thought we were going to get a bounce somewhere. We really didn't. And toward the end of the day, it actually picked up. So I was like, okay, maybe. And this does look a little, if we were to redraw the SPY out a little bit, this would be the opening. This would be the close. This would be our hammer, right? So we do have a little 3-bar reversal hammer in here. We're just inside the wick of this. So until we get the break here or the breakdown here, anything in this range is probably going to be a little bit choppy. But, we're still gapping up from yesterday. And it was very hard to celebrate if you're bearish yesterday. One, because you're still in the year 2023 and things are up still 150, 200%. Depending on what stock you're looking at. And then 2, the NASDAQ just ran, I think, 8 days bullish in a row, which we haven't seen since 2020. So you're going to get 1 day here or there, 2 days here and there. I was thinking we would get a little continuation. So far, my plan is off. I thought we'd get a little bit more of a bounce and then move. But, okay, we're gapping up a little. Interesting. So I want to kind of almost play that, see who we're trapping. How extremely bullish do I want to get at open? Probably not much, because we're still definitely in this wick area, right? So that's where bears did come in the first time. Maybe it's a chance for the bulls to try to get out, possible. And we do have this little VPOC here. If this VPOC starts to break, I think most of this selling and little pullback is behind us. And we probably do continue on further. So 455.34 is the spot I'm looking to break bullish on the SPY. If this thing starts to fail and breaks down 454.25, then I'm going to take that as probably a sign that the bulls had a chance to survive, get out for some of their profit, lock some of the gains, and then maybe we continue down. And we still have this untested VPOC down here as well. So this is 450.89. I thought either inside day, small at the bottom, and then we break through, and that would be my bounce spot, or we just straight gap to that. This is a retest gap, and we gap up. But you're essentially gapping above the open of yesterday, which is kind of wild. Okay. All right, let's see what it wants to give us. We got the Qs. Q's not as strong. All right, so we're not gapping above yesterday. We're also gapping probably about 50% of yesterday's retracement. This is kind of what I thought the SPY was going to do. Also, if you realize what ran the most in 2023 on this big rally that we just had, it was the Qs. It was the big seven. It was a lot of tech. Anything AI related helped to push this market higher. If we do reverse and we do start to pull back, I would expect that the Qs get the biggest drop, and then probably the SPY followed. The Dow was actually green yesterday, but you can't really count. We had the SPY was down a little bit, and we had the Qs was down a little bit. The Dow, you can't really count because of how it's weighted. These are all the Qs and the SPY, and that's why we look at them more. They're actually weighted, meaning if there's a company worth $100 billion, right? And then there's another company that's worth $10 billion. The SPY and the Qs will take account to the different sizes of the companies, right? So if both shares are worth $100 a share, the Dow looks at it and goes, okay, they're using this $100 and this $100. They're not taking into account for the size of the companies as well, right? So it's not weighted. So the Dow is kind of useless, kind of doesn't make sense, but the Dow was actually still positive. So you still had one positive yesterday, and then the SPY and Qs were negative. So we'll have to see what happens. But 50% gap up. We have to break through one more little pivot on this area. So this is probably, we could get an open above 380.33. That would look interesting. We still got a little bit more of a headspace we got to clear. That's 380.87. And then that will give us a straight shot probably to 385, something like that. So we'll take a look. Yep, we got a couple of requests for AXP, so we'll take a look at that one. I believe there was earnings. Looks like they did beat on earnings per share, but missed on revenue. They are gapping down. And this is what so far, and keep in mind, we're early too. So yesterday, yes, bearish because of Tesla, because of Netflix. Tesla's earnings weren't even that bad. Netflix was still a little bit more shaky, I think. Both of those companies have one thing in common. They both ran like crazy into earnings. Here's another one, right? And again, you still have, even after yesterday, there's still like 98% of the market that still has to come in and report. Next week's going to be a big, big week for earnings. But now you have AXP also reporting, another company that's run into earnings, and they missed on revenue, but they did beat on earnings per share. So we'll see how this one wants to play out, but this is definitely gap and go. You're at a little bit of resistance. If this spot breaks, then I would be looking for about 170.85 and maybe 168.01. That's probably the low of the day if the selling really picks up. But I would think that we could get 170.76 if this first level doesn't hold. As it is a gap and go, you're trapping some bears, some bulls in this one. And then resistance, if you want to short it, probably 173.60 would be your spot. So I would love to see some kind of a bounce, retrace, and then we go short. That would get us our best risk to reward, but it is a gap and go. We were trapping some bulls. I'm looking at this high volume candle, but that's from the earnings. So we'll have to see, but we did break the 10 EMA, and again, that's just my high volume area. So the closer we get to there, and it looks like it's already starting to rally back. I don't know how big of a move AXP will have today, but we could definitely watch it. Let's add it to the list. And the higher it goes might be the better opportunity to short. Otherwise, patience is a virtue. And I could wait that one out. It's a nice little gap, though. So I really don't want to go bullish on it, and the best opportunity for me is run it up, and then let's attempt a short. CMA Comerica. What's your company going to be called? I'm going to name it Comerica. But there's only one America, but now there's Co. Yep, there's a little retest gap opening in a good location. Does this thing come in for the full retest? I don't know. Is this one on earnings? So here's one that doesn't look the same as AXP, Netflix, or Tesla. So this one, we did have a little bit of a run into earnings, but we're not at crazy all-time highs. We were actually off of a double bottom. This one would probably be a good one to keep your eyes on bullish on dips. So if this one does pull back, I would be looking to go bullish on this thing. We still have VPOC somewhere in the $59 zone. We have VPOC at $61.91. Earnings look like they beat in both fronts. So surprise beat, 21 million in revenue, extra 15 cents per share. So the earnings were decent. This is a company that hasn't really recovered yet. Looks like a little bit of inverted head and shoulders. Yeah, I would think that probably at open, there's going to be somebody that wants to take profit. But I am watching this $59 level too, so that should be target for the bulls if this thing runs up. Or a spot maybe if we get crazy bullish at open, that would be the spot to probably look to short. I wouldn't be going bullish at open. See if this thing pulls back, gives us a setup. How far this retest comes, I'm not sure. We're wide open in this gap, and some bulls might want to hang on a little bit longer, but let's see if 55.15 gets retested. Doc N. Ron, I'm surprised there's no ticker coming from you, Ron. There's at least one solid ticker that I'm surprised you have not mentioned. I'm shocked, Ron. I'm shocked. Not Carvana, but we can look at Carvana. There's another one out there. There's another short squeeze play. In fact, I'll open it up to everyone. If you guys could let me know which one I'm thinking about. I don't know if I'll play it or not, but it's going to be definitely one I'll watch today. All right, so here's Doc N. Michael and YouTube land got it. Okay. All right. All right, so here's Doc N. A little bit of a gap up, still inside day, so it's not the strongest one. You're not trapping bulls or bears really when they're inside day, but it is a gap and go. You might be trapping some bulls. I think this one pulls back first, just because you do have some type of bullish move. Maybe those guys want to take some profit. So if you're going to go long on this thing, see if it pulls back to roughly about 48.60. And then that would be your spot. Probably shave a couple shares of 49.16 and then 49.89. Is a cloud server for RLT, which is down. Then why is there even a gap up? What, DigitalOcean? I didn't even know. That's wild. But yeah, probably light volume, but inside day for sure. All right, so the one that I was looking at, Win says Upstart. We can look at that one. No, I'm looking at Trump Nation, baby, DWAC. This one, news came out yesterday that there was some type of merger. We did run already yesterday. We did run a little yesterday. This one, I believe, still has decent short float, obviously, because of everything political. But let's DWAC. People will use this if you're like, I'm pro-Trump. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to buy DWAC. And then you're like, I hate Trump. And you're like, I'm going to short it. So it does have a 7.45%. And then fundamentals don't matter because they don't care. It's not about the company whatsoever. But news did come out last night, after we had some selling come in with some volume, but the merger is likely to go through. What I mean by that is they were trying to spec Digital World acquisition, essentially with Trump and there was a little SEC hiccup that happens where they said they were defrauding, I think it was defrauding investors because they did not put on the prospectus that they were going to merge prior to going public. That only came out after. And if you guys see what happened last time, and I'm not saying this is going to happen again, but this thing just ran from like $12. I remember when this one, I didn't even know it was this low. I haven't watched this one in a while. But when this thing came out, it was $10. I saw this thing jump immediately to 12, 15. And I was like, man, that's 50% higher. I can't take advantage of that. And then this thing shot all the way up really quick to 173.83. It was a little bit of a different political landscape at that point, but I don't know that it is much different today. So I will be watching this one to see if I could buy some pullbacks, I think, on this one, because it does have the ability to do a pretty decent short squeeze. So it is the one that I'll be watching. If we could get any type of profit taking, something like that, even over the next couple days, I might want to hold shares of DWAC just in case, because usually most stocks, if something has news, it's going to be on CNBC, maybe Bloomberg, something like that, which any of this news could be there too. But now you're also going to pick up Fox, CNN, MSNBC, because it has to also do with Trump. And no matter how they want to talk about it, or if you're pro-Trump or against it, I don't care if you're anything, but what I like is just green, and this one could get me some green, I think. So you are at a little bit of resistance, expect maybe a pullback, and then I want to see if there's any future squeezes in this. But essentially what they came out and said is they settled the settlement from that defrauding and not telling people that it was going to merge prior to going public, which it is what it is, but that will clear the path that could actually happen now. And again, you can't do anything but politics into DWAC, because that's what it's going to be based around. So DWAC is going on the list, and it's going to go on my watch list, especially for today, but also probably the next few days to see if it could get continued run. There is still short squeezes out there in the market, and essentially that's what this is. Almost brought this one all the way to the top of the list. And then it just didn't go anywhere. All right. There it is. All right. So we got DWAC, we got AXP. Siri. Yep. So exactly. Siri was the other one that just kept going. So if you're going to tell me short squeezes are not still alive in this market, you crazy. You crazy. But this one just went absolutely wild. So another short squeeze. Siri, I believe, probably has a bigger short float. This thing has just been in the gutter since it came out. I think the last move on this one was a Howard Stern pump. I guess we got another one somewhere in June, July 18, something like that. But this one's just been pretty much dead to rights, and we got a decent squeeze on that one. Let's take a look at Carvana, CVNA, and we'll take a look at Upstart as well. Hector says, I heard Trump is running again. You definitely stay on top of current events. You definitely do. Carvana is we probably got some legal battles to fight through, but it happens. It happens. Carvana is just kind of hanging out today. So small little gap there. I think DWAC, if anything, is going to provide a better squeeze. We could watch Siri for continuation, but that thing is a massive yesterday, so I don't think I'm going to throw my hat into the ring for Siri, although if that squeeze continues, it could get crazy. Hector says, I mean, what president didn't get arrested? It's a good Jeopardy question. What was it? Upstart? UPST. A little bit of a gap up. Inside candle still at resistance. I would expect some chop, but watch this spot. And again, squeezes are still alive in this market. You just got to find them and time them right. But you could make some. I think Jeremy was talking about making $3 yesterday in the afternoon room. So for anybody that missed it, you buy 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares of something, and it moves $3. You make $3,000. We'll just flip this over to 3,000. Right? You make this essentially 200 trading days in the market. You make $600K for the year. That was the math that Jeremy came up with. So if you buy 1,000 shares of something, how many dollars has Upstart moved already by itself? If you were to get in, even at, we'll say $36, and you get out at 39, you still missed all of this move. But you would have locked in your $3,000. Do that 200 times. Pretty wild. When president gets arrested daily. I knew I was walking into a trap, but I was like, well, DWAC is definitely moving. But I was like, we gotta not talk about DWAC. But I know you guys are just all day is gonna be all day. I'm expecting it. I just, I get it. All right, a little bit of a retest on CSX. I'm not sure what I said, but that is a little bit of a retest gap. Interesting location. We are below 2 real pivots. We are trapping some bulls on this one. A little bit of support, 32.43. If that breaks, that will probably take us a lot closer to 31.93. That one has also been retested, so that's a little bit weak. This one maybe gets back to $31. I don't think it happens today. So I would expect probably this retest to hold, add a little bit of support. This one I think is fadeable northbound. Before I don't know that this is a full-on retest. Anything could happen. I don't think we get back to this 33.69 today. We'll see what starts to happen really around maybe 33.01. Wouldn't be a blind order for me. I'd have to see what happens. Give me some candles. And then maybe we could even get to like this 33.17. That would be more of a blind area spot, and then some kind of stop at maybe, I don't know, 33.58. We will see. Yeah, Richard, are you able to access Slack? You know what I'm going to do just to avoid aggravation? And I'm not even sure if the link goes into YouTube. Or, I mean, I don't know if sometimes YouTube can't let me write, but I'm just going to open the chat to YouTube today. So there's the link. You guys could hop on in. We got a bunch of you guys in YouTube land, but if you guys want to trade with us all day, this is a preview for free week coming up. If you guys have not signed up for free week, make sure you guys do so. But yeah, it's been posted in the main channel too. But I'm already starting to see some people can't get in, so just not finding the link. So it is what it is. I'm gonna open it up. All right, let's see. You got Netflix. It's Wild Friday day. Anything goes. When I start my day talking about DWAC, you know it's gonna be crazy. All right, we got Netflix. Netflix is gapping up 30 cents. Nothing too crazy there. Tesla still might be some applied pressure, but that one is also gapping up. A decent gap on that one. The other one I wanted to watch too was BABA. So Tesla's still inside day. Might have some more pressure still ahead of it. We'll see. But BABA has a nice little gap again. Some news from Hong Kong, or was it Hong Kong? Some of the Hong Kong market was up pretty decent yesterday. But basically the Chinese government was trying to, they put out some statements trying to make streamline, I guess was the word they used, streamline buying cars and electronics. That should probably benefit BABA. We are seeing a little bit of a gap. This one gap down yesterday. It did close a little bit higher as the rest of the market was coming down. And then we do have a nice, cute little gap above the wick. So I'm watching this spot 93.12. And we'll see if that one could ride up from there. Pour one out for if we need to. I appreciate that, LW. I appreciate it. All right. Let's see if we get a little bit higher. 94.15 would probably be target on that one. What's happening in the world of Coinbase? Coinbase. Nothing really. Small little gap. You got to watch for resistance around 104.43. Yeah, SPY is gap and go-ish. That's the crazy part. What about some of the something like Delta is more SPY based than anything? What about some of those names? Are they having like a crazy? Yeah, so they're gapping up. Delta could be interesting today. I'm gonna move this one higher on the list. Daniel says, I see something about a link. Did you guys see the link of YouTube in the YouTube chat? Again, sometimes it lets me paste, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. I can't comment in my own chat. Thank you, Google. That's weird. That's weird that it don't happen. I'll also extend YouTube for an extra 15 minutes today. I'm okay with that. All right. PayPal could be decent. So anything SPY related, no, that one's actually gapping down a little bit. So that one's a little bit of a gap and go. You do have the 10 EMA coming in at 71.94. I'd be concerned about targets on this one. But if we could get through this 72.45, I think 70.72 would be decent. So that might be interesting. JD with a nice little gap and go as well. 37.52. Shopify gap up. Shop could be interesting if we could break this one little level, 66.31. That might have some room on it. CVS would be more SPY related. That could get some continuation. I think we were talking about it back here. It's already started to run. We got exactly 30 seconds. We got Rivian. Yeah, Rivian could be nice to watch too. That had a little extra strength. Let's actually move this one higher. I'll be cool with this. Rivian, I just had on the list somewhere. Yeah, my trading view is not, it doesn't let me it's not like a slow slide up. It just moves and there we go. All right, let's get on to TOS. Let's get some things out there. DWAC is giving us a little bit of a setup. Again, it is up a lot, so it's up 23% already. That's my only real issue. 1675, but I know this thing has done wild things before. 1675, and we go with 16 even, 1604 technically. We'll go 16 even. We got Tesla. AMD's got a little bit of a high wave. That one, again, could be interesting, but I do expect some more pressure to come in from there. CrowdStrike, a little bit of a high wave. So everything's still kind of pulling back. If I think Tesla could see some more weakness today if we start breaking down. So if that one gives me anything, let's see, DWAC. Oh, it's already shot up there. I wanted a candle close. Did not get it. It's okay. We could readjust it maybe. CrowdStrike still has a nice little high wave in it. Let me see what else there was out there. I gotta get trading view screen over. Be patient and open. Technically, today is also beginner Friday. So if you guys have questions on any stocks, we could go slower. Nvidia does have a little bit of a potential if this closes as a hammer, 458.74. Obviously, that would just be me guessing that this is closing as a hammer. So we're not going to take it yet, but we could look at it just in case. 458.74. And then if this becomes the bottom, 454.64. DWAC. I'm back. That's at an R now if we took it. And I was even going a little further on stops. Oh, yeah. Tesla straight sell off. Crown. Metas. So we can see if Meta wants to maybe break down. Let me just check the charts real quick on this one. And again, we did get a gap and go. So shorting anything is a little bit more. We even have some room on the upside of Meta. Do we want to take a break? Oh, man, give me a little bit of a setup. I could go either way, honestly. So that was a little bit bearish, but the SPY is putting a hammer in. So this is selling off. Do we want to take a break? To the downside, we probably got 298.26. To the higher side, probably about 309. So you get decent room both directions. This is probably a better risk to reward spot to go short. Very interesting 5-minute hammer on the SPY. We do have Tesla with, let me just check Tesla real quick if that one's at any type of VPOC. We are at yesterday's VPOC now. Did sell off a lot. 265.93. Make that lower. Yep, 265.93. Like I said, I'm probably going to go a little bit slower at open. DWAC was the one I wanted to go quick on. That's it. Biden 2024. Trump ran without me. I was on the fence, but now I think this one sets me up. All right, let's see. Meta recovering like crazy. I was looking at Palantir actually the whole time. I was looking at Meta. Free ice cream for all. Free corn pop. $19 DWAC is going crazy. That would have been such a hit. And I probably would have been staying in this thing as long as humanly possible too. We could play SPY bullish if it breaks this, maybe with some call options, something like that. And then we do have a certified high wave 265 on Tesla, 293.99. I mean 263.99. That's about $2. Yeah, okay. My personal day trade Tesla 265.83 by 263.83. I don't know. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. I'll look to set it up. Again, there was a lot of weakness yesterday. Doesn't mean there's not going to be more pressure today. So this one, if I do it, I'm probably just going to try to stick in for a 1.2 just because I don't know what Tesla's going to do today. Doesn't look like the poster boy for strength. But 265.83. And again, if it just breaks down, it breaks down. We cancel it, is what it is. But it was a mini gap up. All right, so now Meta is starting to come down a little bit. SPY is still kind of hanging out. Again, the Qs were weaker than everything else. So the Qs probably, I'm guessing Tesla's going to be a cancel. NVIDIA looks like it's a decent short. Meta could also be setting up again as a short. 302.77. 302.77. I was just too slow on DWAC, huh? 305.34. 305.34. All right, Tesla's going to be canceled. My personal day trade Meta 302.77 by 305.34. I like that one better. Maybe a little wide on that stop, but all good. Cancel. TK. Fell short. Limit 302.77. And I missed it. I got to try it again. And I still missed it. All right, I got the order out there now. We'll see what happens. And again, I'm just kind of going off of, I don't know how much Meta still has. Yeah, I got filled now. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bounce. And earnings are still coming out next week, I think, for Meta. So again, people might be a little more excited on Meta, but I do have them in short. Let me get my stop in place just in case. If this market rallies back, which I'm assuming it kind of wants to, I'll get stopped. But if we could move some of these, well, stop's in a good place. 5.2434. If we could get our stops a little bit lower, that would be fantastic. And I did put this in Slack, right? Nope, did not. Copy, paste. All right. What should we do on targets? Should we? Well, let's go for 300. We need for 1.2. We need 299.68. I think that's a 1.2. Yeah. Let's go for the 297.63. Target is 297.63. And we'll worry more about, I don't know if we're going to break the psychological hold number. That would be crazy. Crazy things are happening all over the place. Anybody else in Meta? Again, we could get easily trapped still in this thing. Too slow. It did give you another opportunity. Wes is in, Corey's in, Amy's in. Okay. Now, I do want to look for something bullish as well, just in case. But our stops are in a good location, so I'm going to try to hold that for as long as possible. This does look kind of insta trap-ish. We got that psychological 300 to hold us up, and we do have to get I mean, that was a lot of selling into our entry too. So I think we do probably have to sit through a little bounce, and I'm hoping it's not just this crazy bounce and the market does start pushing and everything goes bullish. But Nvidia is still following through. Tesla's following through, at least for now. SPY double breakout. I don't even see a single breakout yet. Double top. Oh, inside. Got you. Yeah, maybe. Definitely just hanging out there. Meta looks so far insta trappish. But again, VWAP is pretty far away. So VWAP is our first spot. That's 303.77. Got skipped on your Tesla 1 minute short. That did give you a setup too. And again, it does look a little bit weak. SPY just hanging out. DWAC fighting that $19 level. Palantir selling off. So tech is still a little bit to the weaker side. Nvidia does have a decent setup. The only problem is that candle is so big that you got to get your stops up at like 458.86. It's like a $6. It's like an $8 stop. Could be a lot. Yeah. TUS is going through some financial troubles, I think. So that's why they that's why they skipped you. That's what I'm guessing. All right. Let's see what else we got. What else was on our list for today? Delta we were looking at. Man, DWAC was the one. They didn't want to pay me on that one either. That's okay. Delta, nice little move. 49.05. Yeah, now the SPY isn't showing as much strength. We do have pre-market support. I would only go bullish Delta if I start to see like some signs of hope. But you do have a bullish engulfing candle, although that's inside that high wave still. But let's just plan on this one just in case. 49.05. Meta still kind of rallying back a little bit. 48.73. And again, if I lose the R on that one, it is what it is. But my goal is try to just lose less than an R on it. SPY starting to fade a little bit. So I might not want to take, but this is still a good support spot. Let's see if we come in a little lower. 48.98. And we'll get stops at 48.71. That could be decent. And it's going to give me a green candle already, huh? Meta getting above the VWAP, above the 10. What if we go 49.05? They're not going to let me get that one either, huh? SPY is throwing in a green candle. Maybe Meta is giving us a little rotation spot. We'll see. Also interesting spot on Nvidia for second opportunities. They might be trying to fill you on. I'm not sure where your entry LW was on Tesla, but they might be trying. Another little bull trap on Delta. So, okay. It's got nothing really holding it back. Looking for a higher entry. Yeah, if you were to do a fib on this one, you're probably sitting right around that 265.16 is about the 50%. So far, we'll see again where this candle wants to close on Meta. But if you were thinking short, this is probably a much better spot for entry. And again, if we get rejected here, which so far we are, and SPY is still at that spot where it could hold. Obviously, Meta is going to be a little more Qs related. Delta, would have been a straight bull trap. QQQ. We'll have to see. So the Qs look exactly like Meta. So Meta is going to be moving from the Qs. And we'll see if strength comes anywhere or not. If we get one more little pivot down, that should take some of our risk off the table. That should get us down to maybe like 304.30. Which again, I don't know if we're going to hit targets. I don't know if this trade is going to work. I don't even know if it's raining outside or sunny outside, to be honest. I haven't opened the windows, but I think my goal on this one is just to lose as little as possible. And then if we hit a win, fantastic. Fantastic. And it does look like it's sunny outside. I just looked out the window. It does look a little sunny out. So that's good. That is good. My people in YouTube land, you guys are all kind of quiet. You guys are very quiet YouTube. All right, NVIDIA. Again, this is a decent short spot. Qs might be coming down again. Greg says check again. Yeah, no, I just checked. Still sunny out. Still. Maybe it's fake window. Yeah, what what if he went to Staples? She got some printouts of a sunny day and just pasted it into the windows. All right, I'm gonna move stops on Meta to 304.30. 304.30, new stop. And let's continue just to kind of roll it down. I got to put this in the broker, 304.30. Do. You ain't never had a trade like me. 304.30. Okay, so that's in. We need another couple dollars. Let's see if we get some more continued selling. It did throw us through the ringer a little bit for that. I mean, not really. we had stops in a good place, but it was attempting to give us some kind of a trap. That trap's now off the table, so it looks good. Again, 300 is going to be a psychological whole number. For 1R on this trade, we need 320, so we're almost there, 60 cents away. One candle pullback. I prefer no candle pullbacks. And this candle's not closed either, by the way, so there could be another ringer in here. You know, don't get it twisted yet. We didn't get our stops to break even. We didn't even get it to break even yet. I think I did just jinx it. I think I did. Might have. And I can't go above this candle yet. Although I would love to. But if this, in a small world, this is a maybe this is a 1, our 2, this is our 3. We definitely still have some weakness out there. And the question is, I think if we could break the 300, that should give us some room to the downside. But you know, we are gonna have to fight with that 300 number. So Meta had a decent little, I mean, not quite a trap, kind of. It didn't close below that candle, but the Qs did. So the Qs still got some weakness in it. SPY, which was a gap and go, and I was like, I don't know, maybe. I'm gonna check out Nvidia. If that candle breaks down, that could look interesting too. But the Qs aren't exactly. The Nvidia is right at that daily 10. It's raining here in Little Rock. Well, I believe there's some available houses in Pennsylvania if you'd like to move, because we just have what are we known as? The Sunshine State. That's us, right? I think. I don't know. I think we are supposed to get rain. It's supposed to be. I was told there's supposed to be rain. That's what they tell me. All right, Q's breaking down still. That should give us a little more pressure onto Meta. We'll see. Tesla still looks interesting. L Dubs, did you get in? No, Ron, you're the happiest place on earth. That's you. Essentially, Florida is Disney. I think. Pretty sure. All right, see. All right, getting some further sell off. Tesla looks interesting. And let me just see the next target on Tesla. Nvidia is just on that daily 10. So again, it could break down. Tesla has a little bit of maybe support starting to come in. But again, we blew through. There was a lot of stuff we blew through on Tesla. So maybe 258 on Tessie. Otherwise, I am thinking this could be a little bit of a bounce spot. High waving decision on the Qs. Let me check out the Qs for some targets. QQQ. Qs are right at that 10 on the daily too. So this is going to be I get why there's a indecision candle here. People a little bearish, but also this is an interesting spot to buy. What are we going to do with Meta? SPY is sinking. Does the daily hold? This could be a do we try to take Nvidia bullish off the daily 10? I would think that the Qs could, even if we get a pop on the Qs here. I think this is our 1, our 2. I think this is our 3. So even if we do get a pop, and it might not be a huge day, although we have like $30 trillion of options expiring today. So that could, again, get a little bit wild. But I think we would have to double bottom. So I'm going to leave the stops where it's at now, see if we want to break this indecision to the downside. That's breaking that 10 EMA. And if we hold here, then we might expect some kind of possible double bottom. We'll have to get our stops almost to break even on the Mets. Rivian came through with the breakdown. RIVN. Ooh. That was looking pretty decent yesterday too. What about Octa today? Octa for our swing trade. This thing, I think we're still down on the swing trade, but it's been holding. Double bottom on Nvidia. We got moving averages above us. I do think this is maybe a spot we could look for bounce, even a high wave on the SPY. Ay. Amazon looks like it could break down. Yeah, some of these things does look like a bear flag, but it is holding. Very good support. Tesla, a little bit of a double B as well. And let's get a little more follow through on this Meta. See what the Qs decide to do. I'm just hoping there's a little bit more weakness out there, a little bit more worry out there. DWAC is moving. That's what DWAC is built for. DWAC was designed just to move. Yeah, $20. What a miss, man. I guess that was that should have been I tried to do an official trade on that one. By the time I got done typing, that one was just a buy market. All right. Yeah, huge miss. And we talked about it. We were looking at it. We even attempted, and we still missed it. And the crazy thing is, this thing could be at $42 by the end of the day. We probably should have taken that next setup too. Little bit of red, good support. We probably could have taken that one too. But we'll see. It's up now. It's up 59%. And the only reason I'd be bullish is because I've seen what happened with this one before. And I don't know if it would duplicate. But even if it's 10% of what it did last time, it's still crazy. TJ sleeping at his desk. Nah, Friday morning vodka day. It's Friday morning vodka day. Uh-huh. It wasn't going to be, but then I missed DWAC. So now it is. Where can we get stops to? If anything on meta. We could go for break even. That's aggressive. Where did we get into this thing? 302.77. I don't really want to. Everything still looks like it's breaking down. Qs. A little bit of hesitation. Let's VWAP is higher. Do I want to be in this thing if this thing bounces? I'm calling you Joe. Maybe, but I just won't respond. Michael says DWAC is breakout. Yep. Let's see if there's meta any real support here. We're already below the 10, below those moving averages. 297.85 is where target should be. We need 297.63 for 2 Rs. We're below yesterday's candle. Let's hang in this one. I'm not going to move stops yet. Is DWAC halted? Looks that way. Yep. Up 69%. On top of that, what a number. That's like it turned into Elon Musk stock. Yep. So DWAC is now halted. Nvidia with a strong breakdown. Tesla. Q's still breaking down. Meta's still holding. I don't really see a reason why Meta's still holding here. Which is why I'm still keeping my stops. Today's VPOC right now is at 303.04. We got stops, I think, still above that. So, again, it seems like it's finding a little bit of support, which makes me want to move my stops down. Is it pre-market that's holding us up? We already got one bounce right at that 300. I'm going to leave stops where they're at for now, and then we'll look for something else. Just in case this thing does find some type of support. Even all the support is just inside candle, and I just don't see a reason why it should stop here with everything else being negative. And even that, we're not even, with 392, we're not even at the psychological hold number. I can see that being an issue. We're not really at that pre-market support. So interesting spot for Meta to be held at. And 320 is 1 hour, so we're not even there yet. Amazon broke down. The Qs look atrocious. AMZN. Not even a green candle on the SPY. So this is a like I said, it's either going to be gap and go, and it's going to wipe out yesterday, or some of the bulls that did not get the chance to get out yesterday because there was not really any pullbacks yesterday. They could be looking at this gap as a little bit of a gift to just bail. I kind of think that's what's happening right now. Did VPOC move at all? 302.91 now. Let me see where I can get my stops to safely. Can't really get it anywhere. Not yet. Maybe I get stops to 303.54. Yeah, I could get that. 303.54 is where I'm going to move it to. $303.54. New stop on Meta. Let me get that in the broker. Jeremy's watching Netflix. If you guys want to take a look at that one, looking for a breakdown. 303.54. All right, so that's updated. Greg Gilbert, enjoy the weekend. Have a good one, buddy. DWAC to 100. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be. Today, I don't know. I think today we have in a weird way, I think 42, 45, something like that. Is like, that's a stretch. We're already up 67%. But I still think that's a weird possible number. Yeah, 42. Although it is a Trump stock, so he was 45th president, so maybe it's just 40, 45. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a double from here. I mean, I can't play that because in any real sense of common sense. All right, so we're at 300 right now on Meta. Let's get our stops to break even just in case 300 does not want to break down for us. So new stop. Uh, 302.77. I don't know how we're gonna break 300 if we do or not. We could take something off the table, but I do want to give it a chance. Everything still looks a little bit to the weak side, but 302.77. And if it's a free trade, it's a free trade. We'll take it with a chance to break down. So if it wants to pop at 300, nothing gained, nothing lost. But I'll take a premium from here to see. Tesla's breaking down. So Jeremy's looking at a little high wave on the Qs. Netflix. Let's take a look at that one. Let me see what he's mapping out. I think he's already in this one. I think he already hit targets. I think he's already out of this one, actually. Yeah. He already locked it in. 300's holding SPY. Very, very interesting candle with volume on the SPY. I want to be patient on this thing, but not really. DWAC 2464 just keeps climbing. You're still good. Michael's like, I still got some shares. You're still good, Michael. You are still good. That halt did nothing but help the squeeze, if anything. Is this going to be a reversal spot? Big volume on Tesla. Man, I kind of want to just grab some profit on this Meta, but I also kind of want to be patient for the breakthrough. This is 1, 2. I think this is all 3. So if we do rotate here, this could be 4, 5. And then maybe we get our stops to like aggressive. And that might be a half hour win. I'm worried about this on the SPY for sure. With some huge volume. Let's see Meta on a 15 real quick. ETA. 15 minutes. I still don't really see anything, so there's gonna be a bounce. That bounce alone could break us out at break even. I'll just take a market exit. It's been weak all day in terms of Qs and SPY. So we're seeing a first kind of real bounce. What do you guys want to do? Just don't get out of that high wave yet. Let's go. Let's lock some profit. So 302.17 new stop. 302.17. It's very possible we get taken out here, but 302.17. We still have more money than we started the day with if we get popped, but trying to give it a chance to breathe because I know that the 300 should not be the spot this thing bounces. The only reason it would be psychological. Psychological whole number. Crowd, nice little pop on crowd after a good high wave. I mean, that was what, $1? Then if we could get our stops down again, that high wave is a little bit terrifying on the SPY. QQQ. Got our first bounce. Even this one on a wave count basis, I think we get one more roll down. It doesn't have to break new lows on that wave 5. But if this is our 1, our 2, our 3, our 4, we could get a double bottom, something like that. I think most of the selling could be over with. We'll see. I'm going to take my stops to probably above this candle. So that would be 301.46 is the new stop. I'm going to get aggressive here. 301.46. Tightening the leash up a little bit. SPY is starting to break. Then we just had an inside candle with a little bullish momentum. But it could be maybe half hour winish. Or they keep coming down. I'll keep walking those stops as close to that 300 as I could until we maybe get a break. Nvidia still looks a little bit weak. Again, Tesla just kind of hanging out. Seeing a little life from the bulls. I don't think this is the buy opportunity yet. But also, we got in on a breakdown. So once this candle broke down, that's where we got in. Was immediate, almost kind of trap. And anybody who's playing probably a fib is a lot more profitable. And for now, they're keeping me in. All right, and I'm out. Trailed out. We'll take it. Trailed out of Meta. Everything's kind of bouncing. All right, YouTube. Unfortunately, I will disconnect YouTube. We will be looking for some more trades. You guys are more than welcome to join us each and every day. We do trade essentially from 9 a.m. We start to take a look at the markets, review the markets, and then we do set trades up. We do look for trades. We do look for market sentiment. And we have multiple people. So if you hate me, I get it. I get it. But we have like Johnny Guarco, we got Tony, we got Maloney, we got Jeremy, we got Matt DeLong. We got so many talented people that are on the mic throughout the day, trading different styles, different things, different setups. You guys can check it out. We do have all access pass. Just go to reallifetrading.com. That will give you full access to Slack where all our members communicate with each other. That will give you the live rooms. Plus, keep in mind, I think what's free week? Is that next week? I think we got free week. So this is like a little sample. I think it's next week. I believe that's next week. I could be mistaken, but you guys can sign up for that as well. It's 100% off for next week if you guys want to try it out. But you guys are incredible, and I'll catch all you guys later.